Hello, gardening enthusiasts. Welcome back to Agri Farming. In today's video, we'll be discussing a step-by-step guide to growing tomatoes in pots or containers. Whether you have limited space or just prefer container gardening, this method is perfect for anyone wanting to grow fresh, juicy tomatoes at home. Tomatoes are one of the most popular plants for home gardeners, and with the right tips and techniques, you can enjoy a bountiful harvest. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more gardening tips and tricks. Let's get started. The first step in growing tomatoes in pots is selecting the right container. Tomatoes need plenty of space for their roots to grow, so choose a pot that is at least 18 inches in diameter and 24 inches deep. Make sure the container has drainage holes to prevent water from pooling at the bottom, which can lead to root rot. You can use plastic, clay, or fabric pots, but ensure they are steady enough to support the plant as it grows. Keywords: best container for tomatoes, tomato pots, and container gardening for beginners. Not all tomatoes varieties are suitable for container gardening. Choose determinate or dwarf varieties that are bred for compact growth. Some popular choices include Bush Early Girl, Patio Princess, and Tiny Tim. These varieties will thrive in pots and provide you a good yield without requiring excessive space. Indeterminate varieties can also be grown in containers, but they will need more support and frequent pruning. Keywords: best tomato varieties for containers, dwarf tomatoes, and compact tomato plants. A high quality potting mix is crucial for growing healthy tomatoes. Avoid using garden soil as it can be too heavy and may contain pests and diseases. Instead, use a well-draining potting mix that is rich in organic matter. You can enhance the mix by adding compost, perlite, and vermiculite to improve aeration and moisture retention. Fertilize the soil with a slow release fertilizer to provide essential nutrients throughout the growing season. Keywords: best potting mix for tomatoes, organic potting soil, and container gardening soil mix. Once you have your container and potting mix ready, it's time to plant your tomatoes. Start by filling the pot with the prepared soil mix, leaving about 2 inches from the top. If you're planting from seed, sow them about a quarter-inch deep and keep the soil consistently moist until they germinate. If you're using seedlings, plant them deeper than they were in their original pots, covering the stem up to the first set of true leaves. This encourages strong root development. Keywords: how to plant tomatoes in pots, planting tomato seeds, and tomato seedlings care. Proper watering is crucial for container grown tomatoes. Tomatoes need consistent moisture but should not be waterlogged. Water your plants thoroughly when the top inch of the soil feels dry. It's better to water deeply and less frequently than to give small amounts of water often. During the growing season, feed your tomatoes every 2 weeks with a balanced liquid fertilizer or a tomato-specific fertilizer to support their growth and fruit production. Keywords: watering tomatoes in containers, fertilizing container tomatoes, and tomato plant care tips. Even determinate tomato varieties benefit from some support. As your tomato plants grow, they will need stakes, cages, or trellises to keep them upright and prevent the branches from breaking under the weight of the fruit. Install support systems when you plant your tomato to avoid disturbing their roots later. Tie the stems gently to the support using soft ties or garden twine. Regularly check and adjust the ties as the plants grow. Keywords: supporting tomato plants, tomato cages, and staking tomatoes. To ensure healthy growth and maximize fruit production, prune your tomato plants regularly. Remove any yellowing or diseased leaves to prevent the spread of diseases. For indeterminate varieties, Pinch off the suckers that grow between the main stem and the branches to focus the plant's energy on producing fruit. Keep an eye out for pests such as aphids, whiteflies, and spider mites, and treat them properly with organic insecticidal soap if necessary. Keywords: pruning tomato plants, tomato plant maintenance, and organic pest control for tomatoes. Finally, the most rewarding part of growing tomatoes in pot is the harvest. Depending on the variety, tomatoes will be ready to harvest about 60 to 85 days after planting. Pick the tomatoes when they are fully colored and slightly firm to be touched. Gently twist or cut the fruit from the vine, damaging the plant. Enjoy your homegrown tomatoes fresh in salads, sandwiches, or cooked in your favorite recipes. Keywords: when to harvest tomatoes, how to pick tomatoes, and using homegrown tomatoes. Growing tomatoes in pots is a fantastic way to enjoy fresh homegrown produce even if you have limited space. With the right container, soil, care, and attention, you can achieve a bountiful harvest of delicious tomatoes. If you found this guide helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more gardening tips and tutorials. Happy gardening!